All right, then wave 3 of 3 underway here at Battersea Park. Friday night under lights on a Thursday. And this one in March. A little bit more traditional, you could say, than those ones we saw last month at podium with a whole bunch of elites down 30-42 coming around on that occasion. This, though, I've been told by Ben Note, 30 men bidding for a spot on Highgate's 12-stage team. And you think about how deep that team is, of course, the 12-stage going to all short legs in 2025, and whether it will stay that way, rumour has it, the council couldn't have the road closed so long, effectively. So we look forward to the 12th stage, but tonight we will focus on those men running into park. So a lot of boys from Highgate, as I mentioned, shooting for that selection in the 12th stage, with those legs being sort of 5.5k. Pretty interesting to see how they operate. And that's Lewis Mills up at the front already. Now, he's a little bit of an interesting prospect. Went out to America, spent a good bit of time out there. Didn't quite click. Still ran, you know, down in the realms of the 350, 1500, and a 820 or so 3k. So strong running, but now he's back in Tonbridge and he seems to be thriving. I know Mark Cookway, who's working with him, his coach, is very happy with his way he's developed over the winter. He's got stuck into the cross country, stuck in to the old school methods, which, by the way, they do work, ladies and gentlemen. A cross country campaign can get you incredibly fit, and I think Lewis Mills is just realizing that now. And he was a formidable youth athlete, good steeplechaser back in the day as well. Has got a few GB on it, so I'm excited to see how he rolls today. Approaching that first kilometre then, folks. We'll have one eye on the clock, but there we are in the man at Highgate, and he's almost a lock. To talk about the 12th stage, he's got to be a lock on that team. Peter Chambers, incredible CV, 14:10 just a few weeks ago as well, and even clearing, having the confidence to clear the path out here at Battersea. That's what it's about, that pure relaxation. Look at these Highgate boys. I mentioned there's a few of them in tonight. And Lewis Mills settling in. So your 1, 2, 3 settled in up at the front, the big pack behind. So they sweep their way around this bottom corner. There's the kilometre, 249, 250, folks. Well, that's 14:10 territory. And the thing is, these men, they'll know what they can do, and they train together out here, and they would have done K repeats and all sorts. Well, there's Mohamed just towards the rear of this pack, and there's a lot of men, if they hold this, who are seriously overachieving here tonight, because the sort of bar Pete Chambers, quite a few of them in that 14:30 range, and Hashi is one of the next quickest, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, so he's just biding his time. Looking for Tom Austin as well, if he's in that pack. He's another one to watch. But I think this is what this race is all about. It's about lads coming out here, running together, hanging in that lead pack for as long as possible. Just real, traditional, old school running. And hey, if it pays off, and you're rewarded with, quite frankly, a mega lifetime best. So, the London club scene in full flight here. We've got Victoria Park, Tower Hamlets, Highgate, Tonbridge. It's a sea of white and black, to be honest, but it's a fantastic lead group we got. And we had a great race here 12 months ago, wasn't it? Tom Sycamore winning on that occasion, and it was a very, very similar scenario. Big bunch like this. A lot of marathon runners in this group as well. And I mentioned some preparing, sharpening for that 12 stage. Highgate second on a couple of occasions. Over the past couple of years, they'll be looking to rewrite that story. So it's good to see that they're all buying into the process and bouncing back off that bronze medal they got in National Cross Country Champs. Pete Chambers was a part of that team. He's doing a lot of the heavy lifting up front, ladies and gentlemen. Whether or not he enjoys being there, he's got no choice now. These men aren't going to move. they're going to be quite content just sitting there and biding their time, at least for a few more Ks. We're approaching the 2 kilometre mark. I mentioned 250 through that first K. They've tempered it down a little bit, and despite tempering it down, the group thins out once again. As like I said, you saw the 2 kilometres into a 5K, you know he means business from there. So as they go through what is classed as probably one of the most technical sections on the course, and still not very technical for Battersea Park standards. Pete Chambers still leading the way. This would be awfully impressive gun to tape job tonight. There we are then, 2K folks, 5:51. So I'll make that a 3-minute kilometre. Provided Ben Node and the team have put those K markers out. Of course, always questionable. One thing which isn't questionable though, Battersea Park is certainly 5,000 metres. Been measured time and time again. This is good to see Ashy just biding his time. The Ealing Southall Middlesex man just in the green on the outside. Low 2:20 marathon at London last year. And always trained so diligently. What this man fits into a day is quite mesmerising, to be honest with you. Store manager and up and running. He knows a lot about this sport, and well, he's quite simply needs no introduction, Mo Hashi. I'm sure all of you at home watching this will have seen that smile and this character on the circuit, as he has been a bit of a wily old fox tonight, just weaving his way up. Still Pete Chambers that leads, and he's now gonna get a little bit of help, I believe, from his teammates out there of Highgate. Wearing the white and black. I think Bester was due to be in this, can't see him. It's Farhad Abdi as well. Joe Young's in here, Ollie Locke, North Somerset, all guys that have that 14:30-ish sort of lifetime best. So I know Ben Node was very, very excited at the prospects of seeing what his Highgate men could do. And he's going to be enjoying this. So 1, 2, 3. Right, 7:45 lap to run. I think we're going to be, at the moment, we're operating around about that 14:40-ish tempo. If they can roll this second half, we've got some PBs that are going to play out. So Mohashi, for the first time, just struggling, finds himself isolated. Big chase group behind him are moving very, very well. Lewis Mills, our early leader from a lap ago, has just dropped back. So Victoria Park and Tower Hamlets trying to upset the apple cart here. I believe that is going to be Harry Worrells. Him and Seb Lewis though, both of them very, very evenly matched. So we'll get an idea on them as they sweep round this bend. Pete Chambers will be enjoying just sitting in. Perhaps this has been pre-planned. 8:48, 8:49 at 3,000 metres. That's another just inside 3-minute K, 2:58 or so kilometre. 2K to run now. They're in the rhythm, it's just a case. Can they start to squeeze? We saw a masterclass from Jakob at those European Indoor Championships. If these men can produce something like that over the last couple kilometres, they're going to be rewarded with some big lifetime bests. So from a pack of 50 a lap or so ago, we now have 4. Soon to be 3, perhaps. The questions are being asked. Harry Worrells looking very, very comfortable up at the front so far. Pete Chambers coming up onto his shoulder. As I mentioned, part of that national cross-country team that got that bronze medal at Parliament Hill on their home turf, on their own patch. As they negotiate the far corner for the final time. Suspense builds, and these men doing well to hang in there. You just know, don't you? When you're in tune with your body, you bank as many miles as these guys, you just know what sort of tempo you're running and what sort of day it's going to be as well. We're going to see something special. We're going to see a bit of a dust up. This is what we come for, that old school racing that I mentioned. Big lead group to start, whittles itself down. And now these men in the bright lights by the Astro, Seb Lewis starting to push. He really is asking questions of the rest of the field. Crucial point in the race for these men then, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Chambers, 40-10 man at his best. Seb Lewis on for a massive lifetime best. I've got him as a 1440 odd runner, so if he can maintain this, he's going to be due something very, very special. And this is it sometimes. You go away, you do all the training, and you come out in a race like this is just what you need. Just to surprise yourself, to build that confidence, to showcase that work. And it makes all those sacrifices worthwhile. It really does. But Pete Chambers isn't done yet. I mean, he is a good racer. As I mentioned on paper, he's got 30 seconds on the man just in front of him. And he's running for more than a PB today. He's racing. Both of them are. I know what's at stake. A win at Friday night under lights. But for Chambers, it's a spot on that 12-stage team. The impact he can make on there. They're going to be going for gold in a few weeks' time. And he could well find himself in a very, very similar position in a couple weeks around Sutton Park. So Lewis, as I mentioned, had lifetime best from Armagh. He's strong over the track as well. He's a sub 4 1500 metre runner. And I believe working in Porter Cabs, Gloucester based. His teammate, my ad, Harry Wells, was also very, very similar on paper. Ran a 14:41 at here a couple of weeks ago. So both of them training partners. But I tell you what, it's Lewis's day today, ladies and gentlemen. He's running away from the rest of the field, but unfortunately there's still one man on his coattail. And that is Pete Chambers. There we are, coach on the outside. When's he going to move? You've got a feeling, you just start, the tension's building. Something's going to happen, and at this stage, if you're Seb Lewis, you're going to yourself, okay, I know he's going to attack. I've got to be ready for when he does, and you just got to hold him off. You've got to ask the question, and you can't let him steal that 5 meters. And if you're Chambers, you're going, I need to catch him just off guard, just at the right time. Is it going to be coming off this bend? Is it going to be 100 to run? These are all the questions as the tension builds, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in Battersea Park. It's a Thursday night, 13th of March 2025. We're back here in April as well. If you're enjoying what you're watching, get your race entry in. Come and set this Battersea Park alight. Come and get your personal best as well. Here we go. It is Seb Lewis. I mentioned he's going to be waiting for Pete Chambers to make a move, but is he making a move himself? Is he going to ask the question before Chambers can ask it of him? Toe for toe out here, a couple boxers in the ring, just throwing a few jabs at one another. Seb Lewis negotiates that Battersea bump as well. Chambers is there. He's been there for the last couple kilometres. Can he pull off the win? But Lewis, from the weaker position, from a long way out as well, is holding him off. Oh, it's going to be cruel. Can Chambers get amongst it? He's got the home crowd on his side. But I tell you what, that is a mega run from Lewis. It's a massive lifetime best. And Chambers will be disappointed. It's the kind of battle the bookies would have had him on for the win all day long. He was in prime position, but couldn't pull round. And that's a front running masterclass from Lewis.
it, guys. Keep moving down, lads. Keep moving down. Don't stop here, lads. Don't stop here. Keep moving down. Keep moving down, lads. Keep moving down, please. Keep moving down, mate. Keep moving down, guys. Keep moving down, please. Keep moving down, guys. Keep moving down. Keep moving down, guys. Keep moving down, mate. Keep moving down. Watch out. Keep moving down, mate. Keep moving down. Keep moving down. There's one behind you. Guys, just move down a bit. There's one behind you.
Let's go.